Obi-Wan plays.
Yes, right. What's up? All right.
Obi-Wan plays.
What is going on, everybody? How are y'all doing? We are live, and we have big news as usual. I got you dudes and dudettes covered when it comes to this Nintendo Switch 2 content. DK Carl said he pre-ordered NBA 2K24. I got it pre-ordered on the Switch. We're gonna be lit. We're going to do a launch day stream on my gaming channel, 2K24. We're going hard. But that's not what we're talking about this stream. We're talking about the Switch 2 and its power. But before we get into this new detail, new information, I need everyone to give the stream a huge thumbs up. We're at 15 likes. Let's destroy that like button right now, my guy. And let's go. First, we have to do the top 5 in the chat. Show enough. I may or may not be on tonight. I'll let y'all boys know. I might be on it. We'll see. But let's go. Let's go in the chat. Number 1, Jack. 2, Bowsette. Number 3, Neil. 4, Mike. And 5, We Happy Ducks. Yeah? Okay, yeah. Rounds out the top 5 in the chat. So let's go. All right. The news that you can use. Joshua, your arms in the stream. All right. Here it is, ladies and gentlemen. This is pretty dope stuff. Now, this is relaying off of the leak that I talked about either a day or 2 ago. But new information. This is coming from GamerRant.com, and this is what they're saying, that this leak first is that the Switch is going to continue with a hybrid approach, and feature more powerful hardware. Now the whole world, go to mommy, the whole world, I'm saying all along, Nintendo would be crazy to just drop the hybrid model and go either straight handheld or straight home console. But according to this article, the Switch is going to continue its hybrid approach, and that makes sense. It makes sense. This is almost obvious. Like, why would Nintendo? Well, no, this is Nintendo we're talking about. Nintendo does something different every generation. So with Nintendo, it is a little unpredictable, but according to this leak, Nintendo is going to continue the hybrid approach. And they need to, bro. They need to. It's working for them. It's selling consoles. So that's good. So they're going hybrid and more power. Hybrid and more power. Now, how powerful? This is juicy, bro. They're saying that the Switch 2 is planning to compete more directly with the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series consoles, opening up the door for more current generation ports. Can't say next gen ports because next gen, we're in current gen. PS5 is current gen, and it makes sense going off of what we just talked about, how Final Fantasy VII, the Switch remake, Final Fantasy VII remake is being ported to the Switch, and according to the leak, the developers are saying it was easy to port. It took literally no time, and they said the game runs like a PS5 game on the new Switch hardware. So many things are going through my head. Now, this is what I think. I have to be realistic. If you put the Xbox Series S version of Final Fantasy VII next to the PS5 version, they probably look similar. If somebody wants to see the digital frontage analysis, I'm sure it's probably 2K 2K 60 frames per second on the PS5, and it'll probably be 180 1080p. I say 180 1080p 60 frames per second on the Xbox Series S. That's probably, or not even 1080p, 1440p, probably 1440p 60 frames on the Xbox Series S, which 1440p looks beautiful. I'm telling y'all this. If Nintendo can target 1440p 60 frames per second with this hybrid model, they're going to be in good shape this generation. If Nintendo can do 1440p consistently for third-party ports and 60 frames per second, even 1080p, some games could still look good at 1080p. But if they go 1080p, 1440p, 60 frames per second as a target for this hybrid console, Nintendo will be in good shape and continue to get ports. Now, do they need every single port? I don't care if they get every single third-party port. I do want them to get a lot of the major ports like Final Fantasy 16. I think that was a PlayStation exclusive though. But games like that, Elden Ring, big third-party games. This generation, a lot of developers were like, it's not worth the headache to try to adjust the game, take out features and modes to have it run on the Switch. But if Nintendo gives developers more power to work with, and Nintendo's already come out and said, third-party developers always want more power in their console. And that's not necessarily the first thing Nintendo thinks about. Well, it's not necessarily. It's not the first thing Nintendo thinks about with their new console. They don't think about more power. They think about how can we surprise and make the console fun for gamers. So, I think this is dope. Yeah, but yeah, it's going to be 5 teraflops. Bro, if the Switch can push out 5 teraflops, that's going to be pretty good, man. Because the Xbox Series S is what, a 4 teraflop console. 5 teraflops on a hybrid console is real powerful. I don't think they're going to go that. Nah, it can't be that powerful. That's going to be too expensive, bro. 5 teraflops. Well, you never know. You never know. The Steam Deck, because the Steam Deck is like 1.5 teraflops or something like that. I don't know, like probably closer to 2 teraflops. Because PS4, I think it was 1.8. Either way, teraflops, meraflops. We learned this generation, teraflops don't matter. Because the PS5 was only 10 teraflops. Xbox Series X, 12 teraflops. But boy, I don't know, maybe Xbox turned it around with their third-party developer and connections. But the first year of those consoles, the PS5 games were consistently outperforming the Xbox counterparts, even though the Series X had more power. So you can't just go off of pure teraflops. There's a whole lot more factors that go into it, and Nintendo are geniuses, bro. How powerful you think Obi-Wan is gonna for 16 gigabytes of RAM, 500 SSD graphics par with a 3060? Probably, and those games will look good, bro. They'll look good with that kind of hardware. Yo, what's up, Chris? So recap. The Switch 2 to compete more directly with Sony and Microsoft consoles. And as much as Nintendo always says, we're trying to target a different audience, we're going for the blue ocean. At the end of the day, they're all three are video game consoles. And consumers only have a limited amount of resources. They're competing with each other, whether they say it or not, they are. Even Xbox saying, we're not really trying to compete with PlayStation. We are the subscription Game Pass. We have a different business strategy, a different business model. You still competing, bro. Whatever you want to say, you still competing. Mortal Kombat this month is coming out on all three platforms. So they still competing with each other, one shape or form. Mario Wonder. We're going to talk about Mario Wonder in a second. You think it's a coincidence? Mario Wonder and Spider-Man 2 are launching on the same exact date. There are 365 days in the year. What are the chances both of these consoles, both of their major games, are competing, are releasing on the same exact day? What are the odds? They're competing directly with each other, as much as these consoles say otherwise. All right. Give me 1 second, y'all. All right, so where was I? And so at the end of the day, they're competing with each other. So whether they admit it or not, all those consoles, they're competing with each other. All right, so that's that with the Switch 2 power. I like to hear information on the power of the console. And at the end of the day, I think as long as it's a significant step from, and it has to be a significant step from the Switch. Switch hovers right around 1 teraflop. This was 2017, bro. We're going into it's potentially launching in 2024. 7 years later, that's a big for years, that's a big gap in technology. Technology has changed so much over the past 7 years. So it is what it is. All right. The next news item. We have another one, DJ Khaled. Bro, Phil Spencer. For those of you that don't know, and I almost forgot that this was happening until I saw the Treehouse presentation on Mario Wonder, which was pretty dope. That was dope gameplay. But Phil Spencer was in attendance at Nintendo Live 2023. Though Nintendo just had, it might still be going on. And he played Mario Wonder. And he said, and I quote, he had a blast playing the game. I tell you, this past generation, the Switch generation, Nintendo and Xbox, they have been buddy-buddy. We got GoldenEye 007, even though it's a Rare game and Xbox now owns Rare, they still put it on the Switch. Banjo and Kazooie on the Switch. Even games that were once Xbox Xbox first-party exclusives came over to the Switch. Ori and the Blind Forest, Will of the Wisp. So one game that I want Xbox to put over is Hi-Fi Rush. That game looks dope. It looks like a perfect Nintendo-type game. But Phil Spencer, oh no, it wasn't at Nintendo Live. It was at PAX West. Let me correct that. It was at into the weekend Nintendo Live. Oh no, it was at Nintendo Live. It was at Nintendo Live. All right. So, and actually checked. He said he had a blast playing Super Mario Wonder, and this is his quote. Bro, there's even a picture of him. I gotta show this picture. Phil Spencer is a trip, bro. Hold on, let me pull this up on Twitter. Let me show y'all this picture. Look at Phil Spencer in the Mario pipe. That's Phil Spencer. And this is his quote. He said, had a great time visiting PAX West today with my family. Fun to get to walk the floor and just play games. Had a blast playing 4-player Super Mario Wonder at Nintendo Live. So he was at Nintendo Live. Thank you to Nintendo of America for letting everyone play. So, Phil Spencer, let me like this tweet. Phil Spencer's trying to kumbaya, bring everyone together, but that's pretty crazy to see him at the Nintendo booth, showing Nintendo some love. Because at the end of the day now, that's a business move. Phil Spencer, he knows that they can still make tons of money on Nintendo's platform. Minecraft makes the most money on the Switch of all 3 consoles. I don't know how it does on PC. So Phil Spencer knows, hey, we keeping that Nintendo relationship tight because Nintendo still generates money for us. So I thought that was pretty dope, pretty dope, pretty dope. But speaking of Mario Wonder, tons and tons of previews have come out for this game, and everyone who's played this game, and this is a good sign for things to come, are saying the game is so much better than they thought. That just seeing it and playing it are two different things. Has me super hyped. I'm predicting this game is going to get around at least a 94 on Metacritic. It's just going to be a fun game. Could potentially be another Game of the Year developer. We need some new airbag. Cause, bro, I know AL. Like just the other day, bro, they just started ripping off. I'm like, man, I ain't changing these. These still work. But, and I like these headphones, man. These Corsair, like they sound good in my ears and they're still comfortable. But yeah, I just noticed the other day that they started to rip, bro. But whatever, we're keeping them. Bro, Mario Wonder. Everyone who's had hands-on with the game is saying the game is so much better than what they anticipated. And it's a significant step up from New Super Mario Bros. U. Yeah. When is Mario Wonders coming out? In October. My kids want this game. This game and Sonic Superstars, both dope 2D games. But and maybe a little bit of Nintendo bias, but Sonic Superstars looks like a dope game. But you can tell this Mario Wonders game is a lot more polished. Just the animations, the character expressions. It's gonna be lit. Gonna be lit. Gonna be lit. All right, so. That's dope, that's dope, that's dope. But bro, another big Nintendo Switch 2 leak. Let me put up this Labo VR trailer. Bro, it looks like Nintendo, well not looks like, this is, let me get this trailer, hold on. And let me give y'all the leak. There it is. Mario Odyssey Labo VR. Nintendo is experimenting on the Switch with VR. But according to this leaker, Nintendo has a standalone VR device in development as we speak. This is pretty major, bro. PlayStation VR came and gone. I don't think it sold too well. No one's really talking about it, hyping it up. Software drives hardware. You got to have great software for your hardware to sell. And Horizon, I played Horizon. And Horizon, what is it called? Whatever the VR game. Bro, I got sick, bro. I got motion sickness playing it. Gran Turismo. Dope game. That was dope. Like being inside the car with a racing wheel. Oh my goodness. One of the best most crazy, surreal racing gaming experiences. That VR. But bro, if Nintendo does VR and has Metroid Prime, where you're like in Samus's visor, that would be insane, bro. That would be insane. You can replace the cushions on Amazon. I'll look into that, bro. I'll look into that because I like these headphones. All right, so here's the leak. Nintendo has a standalone VR device in development. This is coming courtesy of DualShockers.com. It will allegedly function independently from the long-rumored Switch 2. But it may have some cross functionality. So this is something completely different than the Switch 2. Sort of like PlayStation and the PlayStation VR. Even though with the PlayStation VR 2, you need a PlayStation 5 in order to play it. So it's interesting to see if Nintendo will allow you to be completely separate. You don't even need a Switch 2, or you need a Switch 2 to play this VR. But this is pretty dope. All right, so here it is. Here's the details. Leaker Nash Weedle, who accurately predicted Metroid Dread, and now claims Nintendo's working on a standalone VR device with Google involved. Google is helping Nintendo? Big. This is big news. Google is helping Nintendo to work on a standalone VR device. And this leaker, reliable source, bro. This is a reliable leaker. We get sip some tea. A standalone VR device. All right, here's more information on it. It says the alleged VR device is said to be hardware independent from the rumored Switch 2, uses mixed reality, and has a micro LED screen. A previously filed Nintendo patent supports the possibility of a VR device that allows interaction between VR players and non-VR users. This is some pretty dope stuff, and I'm here for it, bro. If Nintendo's partnering with Google to make a VR device, that would be amazing, amazing, amazing. And so, coming from a reliable source, an all-new VR device Nintendo currently has in development, and I am here for it. Let me get my Nintendo Labo, bro. What y'all know about this, bro? What y'all know about this, bro? Y'all want to see what it look like? You want to see what it look like? It looks like absolutely nothing, because y'all can't see it. But you can tell that Nintendo was toying around. But this Labo, even with the underpowered Switch, the technology, the games in this were real good. Like, I had so much fun playing. There's just a couple of them that we still need to make, but don't sleep on this Nintendo Labo. Nintendo did a real good job with it. And so, looks like Nintendo's working on another VR device. Come on. Just imagine the Metroid Prime 4 is a launch title for this VR device, and you're playing behind Samus's visor. Fans would range. That ain't happening because Nintendo already confirmed it's coming on the current Switch. So Nintendo has to show good face with current Switch owners. Metroid Prime 4 is definitely going to be a cross-gen game. It's going to be on the current Switch, probably running at 30 frames per second, lower resolution, 720p, 30 frames. And on the new Switch, probably 1440p, 60 frames per second. And on both devices, it's going to look amazing because Retro Studios are gaming developer wizards. All right. Can't see 3D, I should have said. All right. So this is pretty dope, pretty dope, pretty dope, pretty dope. All right. And those are the news items for this stream, man. Those are the things I wanted to talk about. Tomorrow, I have a big, pretty juicy leak I want to share with you guys, but you got to be subscribed. Make sure you subscribe. Look down right now. Does it say you're subscribed? Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure your notifications are on, and it's going to be lit tomorrow. All right. What do you guys think about everything we talked about? Sound off in the comment section below. I want to know, but before you go, bro, click that subscribe button. Stay up to date. All things Nintendo. We out, boy.
This channel that I'm about to throw out there for you guys reminds me of me back when I had like 4,000, 5,000 subscribers, man. And he's probably gonna lose shit when I do this, but hey, man, I gotta say, my boy Obi-Wan, man, that nigga is my nigga right there. He reminds me exactly of me when I was doing this smaller level. His channel, when I look at it, it's such a nostalgia trip, and he has a really cool audience too. Man, if you could show this nigga some love too, that'd be awesome. I don't shout people out unless I like them. A lot. I'm picky with that. Anyways, my boy Obi-Wan, your boy Obi-Wan. Hey man, I got you right here, my boy. Get that man a little bit of a look, man. He reminds me of me when I was smaller. You want to take a look in the past, my boy? This is the way you do it.
I got you, Jedi Master. The Jedi Master. I got you, man. You're playing two times.
Thank you.
I got
Obi-Wan,
you,
man. I'm
homie.
dedicating a workout set to you, my boy. Let's go, guys.
24, 25, 26, 27, 28. He said he ain't on the end.